Oh, what time you coming over? What do you want to eat? Oh, here's your plate. Here's your fork. Here's your spoon. Oh, here's your cup. Oh, I forgot. All of that is too much. Hello, ladies, and welcome back to Recover and Level Up. My name is Ivory, and as you can see by the title, today's topic is what to do when he says,
I'm not ready for a relationship.
However they may say it.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be so serious. I'm not ready for all of this. Let's take things slow. It's going too fast.
Whatever it is that they say, it all means the same thing. And today, we're here to discuss it. First things first, I'm sure that you have noticed that I've been gone for a little bit. And the reason for that is I took an extended vacation with my family. And so now it's after the new year and I'm back and I'm ready to pop these videos out.
Pop it, pop it, pop it, pop it.
Okay, I'm just kidding. So this video was requested by one of our viewers and she asked, what do we do when he says he's not ready? And she said that she's been in conversation with quite a few women who've been asking the same thing. What do we do with these guys who say they're not ready? How do we respond? What do we do? So I'm here today to help you ladies out. Okay. You've been seeing this guy. Things seem like they've been going smooth. You've been seeing each other. He's calling, you're calling, he's texting, you're dating, you're having a lot of fun, and you're thinking like, wow, this guy could be the one. He is like everything. He's everything that I wanted in a guy. And then suddenly, it seems out of nowhere, he's like,
I'm not ready.
what do? There's a lot of reasons and excuses that he may come up with as to say he's not ready. He could say, you know, I'm really busy with my work. I'm really busy with my schooling. I don't have time for a relationship. He may say, I just got out of a relationship. I want to just be by myself. I just want to see what it's like to just be me. I don't want to get hurt again. I want to take things slow. I'm not really ready for the responsibility, all that it takes to be in a relationship. Although he wasn't saying any of those things in the beginning. He seemed like he was all in, right? Now suddenly he's like,
Oh, I'm not ready. Can we just slow it down?
and you like, what happened? Like all of a sudden, seemingly out of nowhere, what happened? He stops calling, he stops texting. If he does text, he takes all day long to text. You may text him at 2 o'clock and you may not hear from him again until 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock. And you like, I texted you hours ago. So what's going on? Or you have planned to go to the movies. He's supposed to pick you up at 7, 8 o'clock. You don't hear from him. Oh, and then before he goes to bed, sometime 12 o'clock, 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, something came up. Oh, my mom needed me to do something. Or I had to help with so-and-so.
His texts aren't as quick as they used to be. He's very distant. He's not really wanting to engage in any conversations. You know, there could be a number of things going on. You know, he really could be busy with work and or school, or he could be seeing other women. So as I was preparing to answer this question for her, I decided to listen to some videos and, you know, kind of get a grasp on what other experts are saying about this topic. So a lot of gurus and relationship coaches are giving people the words to say after they've been ghosted or that he's just disappeared. So it's kind of going something like this. When he tells you he's not ready, say this. When he tells you he's not ready, do this.
Okay, so what should you say when he says to you, I don't want to be in a relationship right now? Well, the perfect response would be, I respect that and I do appreciate you telling me, but I really need to be in a relationship with someone who is 100% sure of me. If that's not what I have here, then I need to walk away. In the case where he says he's not sure because of whatever is going on in his life, you can say, again, I really appreciate you telling me, and I really think you should take some space to figure yourself out, figure everything out. I care about you. I really wish you the best, but I need to be in a relationship with someone who is on the same page as me, and that's not where we're at right now. And that's it.
Here's what you can say. It seems like you need to go away and figure out what you want and be on your own for a while. And I want your happiness more than anything in the world. I just want you to be happy. So I feel like you need to go and be alone in order to figure out what you want. And I hope that I'm here, or I'm still here when you're ready. But until then, I know that I need someone who is completely in, because I wouldn't want to be with someone who isn't 100% about wanting to be with me.
For example, if your guy says he's not ready for a relationship, then you can say something like this. It seems like you need to be on your own for a while to figure out what you want. I just want you to be happy. So if you need to be alone, I understand. I hope I'm still here when you're ready, but until then, I need to be with someone who is 100% certain that they want to be with me. This is the kind of response that will work wonders for making him ready to commit to a relationship for a couple reasons.
And while those are pretty good, lines to say, however, in my opinion, once you've gotten to the point where you actually have to have the conversation, the talk with the guy, you want to sit down and say, what are we doing? Where are we going in this relationship? You seem a little distant. I haven't been able to contact you. You don't text back. By the time that it's gotten to the point where you need to actually sit the man down and have this conversation with them, it's already problematic. The fact that you realize that he's been being distant, the fact that you realize he's being inconsistent, the fact that you realize that he's been ghosting you, the fact that you realize he doesn't call, he doesn't text, he is just in his own world, or that you can't really connect with him. The fact that you realize all these things are going on and you're still willing to be in a relationship with someone who's doing you that way is problematic. There are usually indications that people have changed, and I already discussed some of those. Not calling back, not texting back, being distant, not desiring intimacy, or whatever, all the telltale signs that something's going on. The fact that we women would still want to be in a relationship with a man who is showing us all this negativity, showing us that he doesn't want to be in the relationship, yet we still desire to be in a relationship with someone like that, tells me that we as women, and especially Black women, have low standards. Because if someone is ghosting you, someone's being inconsistent, someone has pulled away, to sit there and say, well, I gotta see what's wrong. I can't wait till I talk to him again so I can figure out what we're doing in the relationship. It's not only an indication of a lack of standards, it's a lack of self-love. Because think about it. All the evenings that you're sitting there wondering, what happened? Where is he? What is going on with him? What has gone wrong? All the evenings that you're sitting there doing that, you're actually wasting time. You're kind of putting your life on hold until you can figure out what's wrong with this relationship. Basically, putting up with that type of behavior is what is showing him that you don't have any other options. You have nothing else going on. Women don't realize one of the reasons that men ghost and or disappear or just kind of phase out is because you're too available. You take all of his phone calls. You're available whenever he shows up. You're running to the door. You're not ever telling him, no, not tonight, or I'm gonna do this or that with my mom, or I'm gonna do this or that with my friends. I'm gonna do something different. You are so into him, whatever he wants, you're there at his beck and call. For the most part, we're not adventurous. So it's important to travel. It's important to have a hobby. Find things that you love outside of a man, because if you don't, without even realizing it, you will have made this man your everything. Meanwhile, most of the time, men have other escapes. They watch the game with their friends, they go out to the bar with their friends, they hang out at somebody's garage, or they play video games, they play sports, basketball, football. Men usually have a lot of activities and or a lot of escape away from her, but she's sitting around waiting to hear from him. And as soon as that phone rings, hello. Being too available is kind of what drives down attraction level. Have you ever heard the phrase or the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder? It's kind of like that. So the first point is being too available kind of drives down someone's interest level. So find other things to do other than just him waiting for his phone call. Number one. Number two is you're investing too much into the relationship and you're not letting him invest in you. So you're giving too much and you're doing too much, because think about it. For those of us who are parents, you may have a child. This came to me one day. We love our children. We just absolutely love our children to pieces. And a lot of times after they get up some size or up to a certain age, you'll realize my children aren't as crazy about me as I am about them. Not that they don't love you, but I'm talking about all the sacrifices that you'll do for them, go to bat for them in a minute, and they're kind of like, Mom, chill out. Mom, you doing too much. Mom, you doing too much. The reason why it is that way is because it is the parent who has invested in the child. The parent knew that child from the day that they were born. The parent is the one that sat up all night with the child. The parent is the one who walked the floor with that baby. The parent is the one that took the baby to the doctor, to the hospital to find out, why is my baby not feeling well? It is the parent who put so much of themselves into the relationship. So the child, they come here and they naturally like, yeah, I love my mom and I love my dad, but not usually like we love them. We love them so much harder. It's because we are the ones that put our blood, sweat, and tears into them. And they will see the same thing when they become parents. Yeah, their child would love them, but their child won't have that like, oh my God, I'm so crazy about my child, the way that the parent will. I have another example. If you don't have children, picture this example. So say for instance, you're building a house. Say for instance, you're building a house with someone. So you are the one that goes out and gets the loan, or you have saved all the money to purchase the materials for the house. The other person, while they may be helping, they're not really doing much. They may stop by the work site or the job site or the project site. They may stop by every once in a while. Meanwhile, you have taken out the loan, you've gotten the material, you've hired all the contractors. You're doing so much to make this project work. Which of the two do you think would lose more if the project didn't work? If it didn't come to fruition, which of the two individuals do you think would hurt more? Which individual do you think is going to be driving this project to completion? Which individual do you think is going to be working harder to make this project a reality? It's the person who have been putting more into the project. The other person who's just kind of hanging around, hanging back, they come over once in a while, they stop by. They may want to see it come to reality, but their blood, sweat, and tears is not in the project. So it's the same way in a relationship. When the woman is doing so much of the work, trying to make this relationship work and come to, hopefully progress on to something, maybe marriage, the woman is the one that has put more into the relationship, if it is the woman. It could be the man or the woman. In this instance, we're talking about women. I am talking to women. So I'm not really talking to men. This conversation is to women and for women. What I'm trying to say here is, in any relationship, the person who gives the most is the one who is investing the most. Therefore, that's the person who is loving the most. So when we women show that, oh my gosh, I am sold out, you are the one for me, there is nobody else but you, I'm not going nowhere. When we show a guy that, we cook for them, clean for them, pay his bills, take care of his other children that he made out of other relationships, clean their houses, do their laundry. We're investing so much into them. It's no wonder that you're loving more or that you want the relationship to work out more than he does. He's just sitting back enjoying all that you're giving. And then you wonder, why is it that he's not into you? It's because you have invested in him. You have taken your time, your love, your resources, and you have invested in him to show him how much you love him and how much you're down for him and how much, you're going to be his ride or die. What you don't realize is that love doesn't work like that. What you don't realize is if you want him to love you like that, then you need to pull back and let him invest in you. So pull back a little bit. Let him do more of the work. Let him plan the dates. Let him pay for the dates. Allow him to put more into the relationship. I'm not saying just sit around and be lazy. Of course, keep yourself up, beautify yourself, level up in all areas of your life. But trying so hard to keep the relationship going, trying so hard to make this relationship work while he's just hanging back, of course it's going to be easy for him to say,
I'm not ready for a relationship.
Because men can feel and smell that desperation from you. A man won't tell you, but he knows you have no business doing all of that, stumbling and fumbling all over your feet to make a relationship work. He knows that he should be putting in more effort, but he's looking at you. He's sitting back like, that's like a woman who's extra thirsty, like dehydrated thirsty. So pull yourself back. Stop doing so much. He should be offering to help you with your bills. He should be offering to help you with whatever it is that you are trying to build or accomplish. He should be the one stepping up to the plate. Let him invest in you. All those wonderful things that you want to do for him, pull it back, tone it down, and then maybe you'll see him trying harder. It is nothing like being with a man who wants to be with you. It is nothing in the world like being with a man who's including you in his plans. Instead of saying I, he's saying us and we. You could be looking at a commercial, one of those sandals or one of those, destination commercials comes on and he says, I want us to visit that place next year, or I'm going to take you to that place next year, or when we get married, or when we buy our house. It's nothing like it, but you'll never get to that point if you're the one investing in the relationship and doing too much. You'll hear over and over and over again,
I'm not ready for a relationship.
It's not that they're not ready. What men are saying is they're not ready for you. You're not the one that I see in my future. Believe it or not, men are more likely to be interested in the woman who's doing the very least for him. Have you ever heard anybody say that men seem to like women who don't like them? And it's not that they like women who don't like them. They like women who are giving them a challenge. They like women who are not so gung-ho about the relationship working. They like the women who are kind of like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'll find somebody better than you. The women who kind of have that attitude, not, oh, what time are you coming over? What do you want to eat? Oh, here's your plate. Here's your fork. Here's your spoon. Oh, here's your cup. Oh, I forgot. All of that is too much. I feel like I'm rambling now, so I'm going to conclude with this. Once you have allowed the relationship to get to the point where you have to ask, what are we doing? Why haven't I heard from you? Why don't you call me anymore? Why don't you text me anymore? Where have you been? You don't make time for me. You don't include me in your schedule anymore. Once you have allowed the relationship to get to that point, it's already problematic, because once you see that a man is not responding to you in the way in which you want a man to respond to you or court you or show interest in you, you should have enough self-love to break away from him and say, you're not loving me the way that I want to be loved. I'm out of here. Don't sit and wait for him to tell you, the reason why I've been acting like that is because
I'm not ready for a relationship.
don't even put up with somebody acting like that. Whatever his reasons are, if someone isn't loving you the way that you know that you deserve and want to be loved, break it off. Have enough courage to walk away. You know, you have to risk it all in order to get it all. Even if he is the man of your dreams, be willing to walk away when you feel that the love is gone. I think it was Nina Simone that said, get up and walk away from the table when love is no longer being served. Don't sit there and allow somebody to just use you, walk all over you, take advantage of you, treat you like crap, and then you have to go to him and say, what are we doing? Why is our relationship going like this? What has happened? What's going on? No, baby, you walk away. You tell him, I don't like the relationship. I don't like the way I'm being treated. I'm out.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And finally, ladies, if you would like to upgrade your self-esteem, learn how to fall in love with yourself, if you enjoy self-help quotes or level up quotes and relationship advice, you are invited to join us on all of our social media platforms at Recover and Level Up. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.